If you're like the women in my freedom group, you're probably juggling many responsibilities and activities, work, family, education, hobbies, and more. And of course, you're also committed to your eating and weight loss goals. Even if you're managing to keep all the balls in the air, you might feel like one little slip up will send everything crashing down. There's always a problem to solve, a job to finish, a goal to accomplish. That's why in today's session, we'll talk about what it really means to take a break and how to take one without giving up on your Project You. Hello, my friend. You're listening to Weight Loss Made Real, and this is episode 292. I'm your host, master weight loss coach and author, Cookie Rosenblum. I will be your guide to help you stop overeating so that you can enjoy permanent weight loss and freedom from the whole struggle. If you just found me, welcome. And if you're a regular listener, welcome back. If you're a smart, busy woman who leads a pretty good life but are baffled about why you just can't stop overeating, you have come to the right place. This is where coaching meets psychology and psychology meets brain science. This is where your overeating ends and freedom begins. Be sure to sign up to get all kinds of free trainings and resources created for you and all put together for your convenience at weightlossmadereal.com. Welcome to your coaching session for today. Now, if you relate to what I'm saying and you are one of those women who's doing a lot of juggling, it might have you feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or maybe you're happy with your busy life and you even find it fulfilling. Either way, sometimes doing all the things you do just becomes too much. And it's not surprising that at some point you may throw up your hands and say, I need a break. Do you ever think, I need a break? You might say this often to yourself and to people around you. I know that sometimes I still do. But have you ever thought about what a break actually means to you? Does it mean turning off your phone and watching a movie for the afternoon? Or does it mean getting on a plane and escaping to the Bahamas for 3 weeks? Good fantasy, right? To me, a break means a change from what you've been doing, which could be anything really. If you've been watching TV on your couch all weekend, taking a break could look like getting your body moving again by going to the gym or for a walk in the park. On the other hand, if you've been overworking, a break could mean making a relaxing breakfast with your family on Saturday morning. Taking a break also means resting. Resting could be taking a nap instead of fighting drowsiness in the late afternoon. It could be reconnecting and spending time with your friends or family, visiting an art museum, going to see your favorite team play, or spending time on a neglected hobby. You can also take a mental break. If you've been working through a problem or feeling anxious about the future, your mind could use a rest to just stop analyzing what you're struggling with. A mental break could be as simple as focusing on the present, noticing the sights, sounds, and sensations all around you. Or it could be making an appointment with your coach or a therapist or a friend and talking through something that's bothering you. Taking a break also means pressing pause on achieving something. If you've been working hard to reach a goal, a break could look like stepping back from your efforts temporarily. If you've been training for a 5K, you could take a weekend off from running. If you've been working toward your degree, you might take a semester off. You could even turn to a different goal altogether, or you could just decide to focus on your other day-to-day chores for a while. What do you think about the different ways I'm defining taking a break? I bet you'll agree that there are as many ways to take a break as there are to be busy. But today, I really want to talk with you about how needing a break applies to your stop overeating journey, because there's a big difference between taking a break and quitting. And I want to make sure you're clear on the distinction between them so you don't end up giving up. I often hear my members say, I've been working on my weight for so long, I just need a break. I don't want to focus on my eating and whether I'm hungry or full. What I hear is that they want to stop thinking about their goals for a while. They want to take a break from pondering decisions about what and when and how much they'll eat. They want to eat whatever, whenever, and however much they want. And you know what? Wanting all these things, it's understandable. Learning how to eat like a natural eater, think like a natural eater, and love yourself like a natural eater does require a lot of thinking and a lot of decision making. It's hard work until it becomes natural for you. It can take a lot of brain power, especially at first, as you're learning to read those hunger signals and examine your thinking. So it makes sense that even on this journey that you're choosing to be on, that is so important to you, you might want a break. Here's what I want you to remember when the going gets tough. You are on a journey, not a quick trip. You can expect that the process might be long and that it will get frustrating sometimes. Learning anything new is like that. But the good news is that you get to decide what's at the end of the road. Your only goal is to stay on that road until you get what you want. I want you to take a moment to picture what's at the end of your journey, at the end of your road. It should be something you want for yourself, not what someone else wants for you. This journey is not to please anyone but you. Your motivation needs to come from within you, not from something outside of you. If you're pursuing a goal that you truly want, you'll be less likely to crash and burn because even though it's challenging, overall, you'll enjoy the journey. You'll know it's all for you. But if you're doing it for someone else, you'll soon find that working on your goal, it just feels like another item on your to-do list, and you'll end up wanting to take a permanent break and give up on your goal altogether. Remember, you're on your journey to free yourself from your struggle with overeating and truly become a natural eater. So if you're carrying extra weight on your body, you will be able to lose it. When you're doing something new or challenging, wanting to pause for a while is normal. It doesn't mean you can't achieve the goal, and it doesn't mean you're lazy or unmotivated. It just means you're putting in more effort than you did before, and your body and mind need to adjust, which takes time. There's nothing wrong with you. So let's imagine, what if you were to go ahead and take a break from your eating and weight loss goals? What would happen? Maybe you tell yourself that temporarily you can eat whatever you want and whenever you want. You can eat those donuts in the office break room or the coffee cake at the school meeting, even if you've already had breakfast. It's fine because you're taking a break from checking in with your hunger and fullness signals. You can have a burger and fries without much thought about whether it's a helpful meal or not, with a dessert. In fact, you can do whatever you want because you're telling yourself, hey, it's only temporary after all. And you think, I've been working so hard to build these healthy habits. They're almost second nature by now, so I'm not going to get too far off track, right? A break like this might sound pretty good in theory, but can you hear what's wrong with your thinking? When you completely let go of the healthy eating habits you've been working so hard to build, you might be sabotaging yourself. You might think that because you've done so much work, you won't stray too far from the path. But research has shown that if you put too much faith in your ability to resist temptation, you'll drop your defenses, which ironically causes you to give in to those temptations. When you begin overeating again to supposedly take a break, you'll reawaken old habits. You'd be giving your lower brain the message that you want to go back and do the things you used to do, eat the way you used to eat. And before you know it, the habits that were getting less use and less attention are now getting stronger again. And you get comfortable with doing what you used to do. Stop eating between the twos. You start relying on food for entertainment again or for comfort. You stop thinking like a natural eater. When this happens, it's much harder to get back on the straight and more narrow path that you were on and continue your journey toward the result that you want for yourself, to be a natural eater. Okay, so by now you're probably asking, Cookie, are you saying I can never take a break? No, I am not saying that at all. I am saying that you need to be thoughtful about the kind of break you give yourself. A break is not an all or nothing choice. Yes, it is possible to take a break without backtracking on your stop overeating journey. But this isn't a break that throws all your healthy eating habits out the window. This type of break is about increasing your self-care. Do you need a little refresher on this topic? I want you to just think back to step 3 in my Eat, Think, Love method. That is, love yourself like a natural eater. And if you haven't taken advantage of that free training, be sure to get it in the show notes. If you're at the point where you need a break, you probably have not been caring for yourself as well as you could be. Ask yourself, how can I take really good care of myself right now? And then make a commitment to giving yourself what you truly need. Remember, you're the foundation of your whole life. When you love and care for you, you'll have the energy to follow your dreams and achieve your goals. You won't rely on food to meet your emotional needs and help you feel good. If you equate taking a break with eating whatever, whenever, however much, you'll start reneging on your whole commitment to Project You. You might temporarily enjoy the pause, I know, but you'll soon be really frustrated when it's hard to get back on track. You might find yourself back in the struggle with overeating, being frustrated with yourself, and feeling out of control. And remember, this is not a temporary diet. What you're practicing now that you think you want to take a break from is the way that you want to live and think and eat. So taking a break from that actually doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you start thinking taking a break as giving myself extra care, then you'll be able to step away from the things that are truly wearing you out. You know overeating won't give you what you're looking for because overeating is a way to feel better temporarily. It can't solve problems for you. It's also a way to distract yourself from your thoughts and feelings. And when you do that, that means you aren't fully living your life with all the ups and downs. I want you to take the time to think about what you need in the moment and figure out how to get that for yourself. Do you need to do something to boost your energy, or do you need to rest and recharge? Taking time to care for you is the best kind of break you can take. Right now, I want you to take a little mini break and ask yourself how you're feeling. Are you feeling like you can really use a break right this moment? Or are you feeling great and want to keep doing what you've been doing? Or are there some adjustments to what you've been doing that you need to make? Either way, you have an assignment this week. I want you to figure out how you can take a real break and then make a plan to do it. Even if you don't need a break right now, it's probably a good idea to think about it in advance so you know what to do the next time you get the thought that you need a break and you need to recharge. Remember, a real break does not mean escaping into chips and ice cream. It's not what kind of food you use. It's not about escaping into any food at all, unless you're physically hungry. And then it's not an escape. It's nourishing yourself. If you're not sure how to give yourself a break, here are some ideas for you to think about. You might want to get out your journal or a notepad or the Notes app on your phone and write some of these down. I want you to borrow these ideas from me and my team. So here are 8 different things you can do if you're thinking that you need a break. Ready? All right, number 1, give yourself rest. If your body needs sleep, find a way to sleep. If your mind needs a rest from worry, then meditate or get out in nature. Number 2, practice more self-care. Gently move your body daily, or add some fresh veggies to your diet, or schedule a checkup with your doctor or dentist. Number 3, go through your calendar or your schedule and figure out if there are some plans or appointments you can postpone or cancel. Give yourself some breathing room with no plans for certain blocks of time. And you look at those blocks of time and you can take a deep breath and feel good knowing that they're coming up for you. Number 4, write a list of chores or tasks that you might be able to delegate to others. Hire someone to do your meal prep for you, or hire a helper to give your home a really deep cleaning. Number 5, ask friends, family, or even coworkers for help and support so you don't feel like the burden of everything in your life is all on your shoulders. Number 6, take frequent physical breaks. I don't want you to push yourself to the point of exhaustion. Ask for help with difficult tasks around your home or at work. Do what you can do and then give yourself permission to stop. Number 7, add some relaxing physical activity to your day. It could be yoga or dancing or walking or stretching or anything that relieves built-up tension in your body. Remember, you're not doing these things to burn calories and lose weight. These are gifts you give yourself because they feel good. And number 8, finally, give yourself permission to find some fun, healthy distractions, not food. Read a mystery novel or romance or People magazine. Get out your adult coloring book. Do your nails. Take a long bath or shower. Treat yourself to some new linens for your bedroom, or even make a date to catch up with an old friend. While you were listening to this list, did any other ideas pop up for you? I want you to write those down too. All right, let's sum up what we covered in our coaching session today. The idea of taking a break means different things to different people. But when it comes to your eating and weight loss goals, a break can mean 2 different things. First, it can mean pausing your efforts working on Project U. That means temporarily ignoring your hunger signals and eating whatever you want whenever you want. Now, this option, I know it's going to sound good, But in reality, it will set you back in your journey. It's easy to slip back into your old ways of eating because you haven't had much practice with the new ways. And when you're ready to get back on track, you will find that it's harder to do. So that's number one. Number two, taking a break can mean asking yourself what you really need and then making sure you get it. In fact, the best break you can take is to practice self-care like your life depends on it. Remember step 3 in the Eat, Think, Love program in the Freedom Group? Love yourself like a natural eater. And that means food is still pleasurable, but it's not your only pleasure. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you might need to cancel plans or delegate some things on your list. If you're exhausted, you probably need sleep and time to relax with your favorite activities. If you're overworked, you just might need time and fresh air outdoors to just give your mind a refresh. The key to this type of break is treating yourself the same way you treat your best friend if you knew she was feeling overwhelmed and needed some TLC. I want you to catch yourself if you immediately think, I can't be taking these kinds of breaks. If this is your thought, I want you to sit down and take 15 minutes to brainstorm. How can I get the support I need to care for myself right now? Write down every idea that comes to mind, no matter how unusual it is or even how unrealistic it seems. When you're done, then you look at your list and find out what is feasible to you. You can do this. You know what you're going to do this week. Now go ahead and take a break, but I want you to take the self-care kind. You deserve to do this, and it really beats just giving up on yourself. All right, you are set for this week. I hope to see you back here next week, where we will continue to work on your overeating until it becomes something you used to do. We know that's your ultimate goal. So for now, this is your Coach Cookie reminding you that as you search for answers, keep it real, just like you. And I will see you next week.